Welcome back. It is grand final day for Zone Football League. We're at Adamstown Oval on Bar TV Sports, where first grade is just about to kick off. Zone Premier League will be decided for 2019. It's Swansea versus Kotara South. Good afternoon from Adamstown. I'm Daniel Herrero, commentator this afternoon. I've got our camera underneath the Alan John stand, and we're just waiting for kickoff. We should be just a few moments away. In the ZPL Grand Final of 2019. So it'll be Swansea in light blue and Kotara South in predominantly black with the orange trim for the Tigers. We'll go through the teams just after we get a start. So 90 minutes to decide the champions, maybe more. We'll see how that plays out. Swansea that will get first use of the ball, having kicked off. And already in a bit of a contest was Sam Byers just on this near side. So we will go through the teams in just a sec. Watch me catch our breath. So Swansea just moving it around middle of the park at the moment. It's gone behind. So for Swansea, it's Darren Gledhill in goals in number 1. Chris Bellett is wearing number 3. It's Logan Williams in number 6. Mark Davis in number 7. Cameron Johns in number 8. Got a free kick there. Thomas Motherway number 9. Josh Maguire is number 10. Hayden Thorne number 15. Ben Harding, number 33. Sam Byers, number 39. Hayden Sanders, number 41. That's the starting 11. Substitutes Sam Hudson, Mark Fromson, Brad Cooper and Pat Heffernan. It's a free kick in a good position for Kotara South. It's swung in, punched clear by Gledhill. Swansea will try and counter-attack, but there are plenty of black shirts back already. They have drawn the foul, though. And Byers let that run, so it's going to be Logan Williams that tries to keep it in. There's a bit of a tussle with Ben Leeson. So I just thought it was Swansea as well, coached by Greg Kokas. That might be a foul as well. It is. Logan Williams chopped down. So for Kotara South, Justin Carlier is the coach and the goalkeeper. Starting goalkeeper, Luke Derwin, number 2. Pat Considine, the captain, number 3. Ben Leeson, number 4, as we just mentioned. Jimmy Bennis is in 5. Peter Jones in 8. Joe Barnett, 9. Chase Lattimore, 11, Zach Pfeiffer, 14, Pat Holland, 16, and Joe McIsaac, 18. Wait for the free kick to be swung in. Again, it's not a badly placed one, but it's dealt with well by the defence in the end. Bobbles around the middle of the park. Might be a chance for Kotara South to break here, not quite. It was Logan Williams that got a foot in just in time. Byers with a little chip tries to run onto it. He's going to try and get it back for Swansea. They're going to get the throw in here. Yes, they are. And substitutes for the Tigers, Riley Cox-Ryan, Andrew Holtz, Mark Van Zyl, Morgan Bow and Jake Reid. Great atmosphere, great buzz around the ground this afternoon. Of course, the lower grades have just been on as well. It's still a healthy crowd that's hung around for first grade. Decent day for it as well. There's a bit of a breeze up, but not enough to really hinder the players. Lofted ball over. Josh Maguire has it at his feet. He sent it to Byers. Looks like it's going to be a contest between he and Leeson. Leeson gets a good foot in and makes the challenge. It's 90 minutes and then 10 each way if need be. We'll see how that goes. Long throw. Keeper claims Kalia. And throws it out quickly. He's trying to find Chase Lattimore. He can score a goal, but that's a good sliding challenge. It was Cameron Johns who did the deed for the Swans. It wasn't supposed to rhyme either. Anyway, dispossessed by Bellett. Josh Maguire. Again, numbers back quickly for Kotara South. That one is not going to be kept in successfully. That is Hayden Thorne out on that far side. The teacher. Got my cheat sheet with all the occupations and trivia about the player, so we'll touch on that as we go this afternoon as well. I won't try and make a witty remark about them more, but there is a pretty interesting one in the mix, which you'll probably pick on a bit later on. That's dribbled out for a goal kick. He said Darren Gledhill in goals for Swansea. And Daz is a carpenter. Gets it started again. It's quickly headed forward to Lattimore. No good. Again, it's Byers. Over to Logan Williams, the captain, who does beat his defender, and he's pulled down by Leeson. There's a little bit in that. I think he made sure it was noticed, but good luck to him. It was certainly a foul. It's taken quickly. It's into the area. It was Josh Maguire that went down. Referee wasn't having that. Mark Davis. They shifted across that back four now, the Swans. And over to the other side of the ground, prodded forward but out of play. Swansea trying to play their way out here, and done that well enough, but then just weight of numbers prevails for Kotara South, who seem content at the moment to leave a lot of players deep. Just try and hit Chase Lattimore, who heads that one on there, but it's just going to dribble through to the keeper. Chipped over. That was off the head of Leeson. It's chested back into the middle of the park, but Kotara South have it. One's going to roll out for a goal kick. It's going to be given, yep. And just pause for a sec. The assistant waited as well. So Kotara South a chance to attack here. It's gone past Lattimore. It's rebounded. It will be a goal kick to Swansea this time. I didn't quite catch who took the goal kick for Kotara South, but they certainly got some purchase on it. Bellett. And they're content to go slightly less direct. Swansea try and work something. Heavy touch. Gives it back to the Tigers. Lattimore nods it on. It was Barnett chasing after it, but it's Ben Harding that gets to it first. Sends it upfield. And pretty blatant foul again there as well. It was Cameron Johns that was felled. Long probing cross collected by Kalia, who is not only the senior member of team in terms of position, the head coach, but also the oldest in the team as well. And even then, only 32, which is not an especially oldest in the team, is it? Former Broadmeadow Magic and Highfields Azuri player. And I'm told he's playing with a broken finger again, second year in a row in a grand final. Which is not ideal at the best of times. I would have thought it's not great when you're the goalkeeper either. Anyway, ball back in play. And now it's moved away from the bodies. And again, the switch. It's Byers that's going to chase after it. Leeson has asked for the throw, and I think it did come off him last. Wait. It's going to be a blue throw in the end. To be taken by the captain, Logan Williams. It's going to be a corner now. First of the afternoon. So Josh Maguire will take for the Swans. Carlisle grasps it well despite being under pressure. It's the thing though, they don't have the numbers forward, so it's Josh Maguire with a little step over, and now Leeson's there to cut off the cross. And between them, they've won it back for the Tigers, and they'll try and break here, but to no avail. Byers doing his work in defence as well. Barnett running after it, but again, Ben Harding goes to ground and wins the ball. Concedes a throw though. Firefo's managed to get between them. That's referee says there was ball in that. That's a bit of a hack, though, isn't it? It was Joe McIsaac. Who's also a carpenter. A few of those today. He was a Kotara junior and has been a Tiger since the beginning of his time in football. They're trying to work this one into the area. Leeson cuts it out now. McCully Culkin look-alike was what was suggested to me. I can see the resemblance. Bit of afters in back play and then driven over the bar, though, by Hayden Sanders. Williams, the quick throw, it's flicked on and then flicked out of play by Leeson. And so Spires has managed to get past his man. The cross is over the top of them. Thorne might have pulled that back in. No. He's lost it now, though. And the blue shirts have retreated already, so there's a little bit of space to play in for Kotara South. Of course, these two teams finished 3rd and 4th on the ladder, so in terms of the table, probably the less likely grand final combatants, but they got there in the end. They'd have to do it over 2 legs, so no fluke in the semi, certainly. It was actually a pretty close run thing in the end for, as he dives to his notes very subtly, for Kotara South, who got it done on away goals against Mayfields. It was 2-2 in the end. But the Tigers got both of those out at Stevenson Park. As there's a shot from Hayden Sanders, but it's straight into another body. Lattimore. He's come up with it in the end. It was a bit more comfortable for Swansea, who beat Dudley by 2-1 in each leg. Of course, they're away the second time around, given their ladder position. So Swansea 3rd, Kotara South 4th. In terms of how they finished the 14 regular season rounds. Been a decent contest so far. I think, yeah, that has come off the legs of Joe Barnett. Of course, Joe Barnett, one of the goal scorers last weekend to level the tie. Which has obviously proved crucial for them. I've got to say, I'm really liking this battle between Leeson and Byers so far. Number 39 on the number 4, and now it's the number 9 of Barnett, who's lost it in the end. There's a bit of contact in the middle of the park. It's been a fairly physical game so far. What are we? 19 minutes almost down. Just the half chances either way, though, and more so for Swansea, really. To what's gone behind Pat Holland, in fact, so they've given away the throw. Byes has gone all the way over, in fact. And another long throw into the area, but it's black shirts that get it out of there. And they try to break. This is Lattimore again, who fed it to Pfeiffer, but to no avail. It broke down. Of course, Lattimore as well is an apprentice carpenter. So, like I said, there are a few of those getting around. It's quite ironic that he's leading the line as well, and the Swansea keeper is of the same profession. Carlia. Pulls it in. Pat Considine sends it forward. It's Lattimore who tries to roll his man, but he's... Well, they're going to... No, they're not going to come up with it in the end, and that would be advantage played. Let's straight back to them. Barnett. Strong challenge from Johns. Barnett is still going here. I think he might have given away the goal kick. He has. This is Mark Davis on the ball with a bit of time to plan his next move. Use got Mark Davis' nickname listed here as Dougie as well. I have no idea how that's been arrived at, but there you go. Does Lattimore have a chance here? No. I'll deal with it. Davis was off balance. It'll do for now. Dougie, the project manager. Lattimore. I don't think cries a handball, I think, even there. But no, he turns and strikes and forces a save. Good shot on the turn from Chase Lattimore. It's Kotara South's first real chance. It was out of not very much at all, but he made it something. Darren Gledhill had to be alert, and he was. Kotara South have their first corner of the afternoon at Adamstown Oval. Peter Jones to take. It's a low one. I'll get another chance here, Jones, to try and put it into the mixer. This one's deeper. It's headed almost back into trouble. Davis heads it on again. Pfeiffer. He's dispossessed. Anywhere will do at the moment for Swansea. Hayden Thorne goes up the park. Again, it's a battle between Byers and Leeson. Byers. Yeah, thought himself. Leeson's taken it off him now to try and turn defence into attack. Nice idea from Lattimore, but Davis was wise to it. Thumped across the park by Cameron Johns. Still contested ball. Now Bellett will try and restore some order here. I beg your pardon, wrong side. Considine will try and restore some order for Kotara South. Lattimore, he might have been played in behind here. Chase Lattimore strikes. He's pulled it across the goal. It's going to barely trickle out for a goal kick. And that was Bellett sending it up the pitch for Swansea. Bad run from Maguire, doing some good work here. Dinks it across to Cameron Johns. Now Logan Williams. Back with Lattimore. That's taken off him. He had 3 to deal with. Williams. Motherway gets around his defender the first time. The cross is blocked. Again, it's Ben Leeson. So it's Josh Maguire out to the flag. He's got a short option. He takes it. Logan Williams. Might he try and put it into the area? He's going to try and walk it into the area initially. Leeson. And then the shot. It's a hard one just over the crossbar. Again, it was struck well. That's Hayden Sanders, who from memory had one similar to that a few minutes earlier. Still couldn't quite keep it down. Could Sando the electrician? There is some chat from the Kotara South bench with the 4th official, so I'm trying to eavesdrop, but I can't quite hear that from there. It's Maguire, and then he's gone to ground. I think he might have initiated that himself. Pat Considine, the data analyst, to take the goal kick. Must be a related field to what I used to work in. Anyway, more head tennis in the middle of the park. Interesting. There's going to be a free kick now. So Luke Derwin gets play going again. It's a short one to Peter Jones. It's Derwin on the ball again. Maguire gives it to Thorne. Both defences are holding pretty firm so far. We've seen a couple of half chances either way now. Maguire has been causing a little bit of trouble across the middle. Hayden Sanders. Byers, who it looks like has switched sides for now. It's been a while since we've seen him over this near side. A bit of a shank. It probably wasn't the best bounce either, to be fair. Maguire tries to run around a few. He's been brought down again. Ball and all, though, is the call. I think there was just some ball in it. Bellett, who's fireman, I'm told. It's Byers. Is he going to try and whip in across now? Does. Strong header from Considine. Just thinking, that's Logan Williams has just won that back again. He's on the ball now. He's covered some ground so far this half. Seen him in most parts of the field so far. The overlapping run, chip in. Just reaching back was Hayden Thorne, though. The header. Is Maguire. Oh. Now playing advantage for the pull of the shoulder. It's almost had its way back to Maguire. Leeson for the Tigers, chips it forward. It's off the head of Ben Harding, who I have been advised is a male stripper. You can make of that what you will. The veracity of that one. Pfeiffer. It's fallen well for him in the end. Pfeiffer's got around the defender. Can he cut back? He goes on his own. It's not taken cleanly the first time, but Gledhill gathers it up quickly enough. Snuffs out the danger. Williams says he doesn't want the ball. That's interesting. Is he taking a knock, or is he just adjusting his socks maybe? So they go the long option instead. Maguire. Sanders. Still Hayden Sanders, and another strike from Sanders. It's more of a chip this time, but again a bit too high. He is willing to chance his arm though. Lattimore. Got a slightly awkward bounce. He did with it well. Jimmy Bennis. Jersey number 5 for Kotara South. Crosses, force them to backtrack a bit. Pfeiffer runs after it. Needs support though. He's got blue shirts all in front of him. He's going to do a hell of a job if he gets it in from there. No, he looks back. Derwin. He goes on his own. It's blocked by a defender. Pfeiffer will try and recycle for Kotara South. And a little nutmeg. Nice. And then it's Barnett who got in a muddle. I'll get the throw. They'll try and go again. Ben Leeson takes it. Nice little work here. Barnett all the way across the face of goal. So it wasn't a bad little spell for Kotara South, but Swansea survive it. Joe McIsaac cut out, but they get away with it. It's Barnett, that's a foul. Is it just that? I think it is for now. But it is a free kick in not a bad area. Peter Jones is standing, will be standing over the ball for Kotara South. He's got a handful to pick out. They haven't committed huge numbers forward, the Tigers. Goes deep. Holland. You probably might have heard the caller Dutchy. We don't need too much interpretation on that nickname. I don't think. Swansea try and break, but Bennis got in. Well, it's been adjudged a foul, in fact. Swansea supporters are set up just near that as well. You can see the marquees. I'm sure they're giving him a bit of grief. They've got a few more forward for this free kick. Instead, it's dribbled through to Davis, but he's tackled by Lattimore, who's ended up back doing defensive duties, which is interesting. Because it's Pfeiffer that they've left up this time, but it's not going to get to him. It's going to be Bellett for the Swans. And to Williams. I'm just wondering if that's a change. I thought we saw Mark Davis playing centre back a bit earlier, although in fact that's Davis forward now, I think, for Swansea. This is the Zone Premier League Grand Final from Adamstown Oval on Bar TV Sports. As you can see, we're still 0-0, but had a few half chances either way now. On balance, probably Swansea slightly the better so far. But it's been tight. Just take a moment to break this game open. Can Barnett get there? Goes the cross instead, and leaning back was Peter Jones. The inevitable result was it was over the top. He's the first grade assistant coach, Peter Jones, and the reserve grade captain. He's actually called up to first grade due to injuries. Imagine if he could make an impact today. It's Maguire. Lattimore. Giving it away again though. Johns. Motherway, hit it was the cry. Had Carlier worried. And it's a corner. Leeson, first to it again. It's lobbed in, Kalia collects. It's Lattimore. And Derwin. Actually playing advantage for the trip on. It must have been on Lattimore. Haifa. Let's go, Peter Jones. It's Bellett that it got driven into. We'll have a corner once we get the extra ball off the pitch. Joe Barnett with the header. Didn't quite get the contact he wanted on it, though. Byers is back on this left-hand side. Sanders. Still Sanders, a little interplay with Motherway. Now Sanders hits it into the area. Pfeiffer's got something to chase here. And he's got some room to move. Zach Pfeiffer. Cross is well dealt with. Motherway. He might have a go on his own for him. Motherway, it didn't quite sit for him. And he can't walk it through. Pat Holland takes it off him. And now he tries to find Lattimore, but he's offside. Sanders. Back to Williams. Eventually it's come back to Williams. It's a nice ball into the area. It's saved the first time. It's blocked again. Another shot. This time it goes in. And it's Sam Byers who opens the scoring in the grand final. Save once, blocked a second time, third time lucky for the Swans. Sam Byers with the final touch to put it in the back of the net. And with a couple of minutes to go before the break, we've got a goal.
Swansea now lead 1-0.
Pfeiffer to Lattimore. Lattimore's got around his man. They've asked if he was pulled down. The officials are unmoved. Instead, it's Thomas Motherway. He passes in the middle to Maguire. Has been judged handball by Thomas Motherway. Pat Considine lobs it into the area. Pfeiffer, that was an interesting effort. Not quite. Darren Gledhill was able to wait for it to come to him. Josh Maguire receives the throw out by the keeper. Can Thorne bring this in? He can. He's going to get hemmed into the corner though. Get a throw for his troubles. Can't imagine there'd be too much stoppage time. It's a bit of a battle here near the edge of the area. Maguire almost managed to find some space for himself. He's certainly not just trying to wear the half down. They've got a corner. This could well be the last play of the half. Actually, no, we've got... No, it's going to be an offside, in fact. The assistant's flag was raised. We're not going to have time for the free kick, though. So as we go into the sheds at halftime at Adamstown Oval in the Zone Premier League Grand Final, it's Swansea with a goal late in the half. The only goal of the game so far, 1-0 over Kotara South. And we'll be back for the second half shortly. Hope you join us again then.
Swansea leading 1-0 over Kotara South. Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, canteen is still open, barbecue open, and our two bars are open. The two is down on the Eastern Hill, and also the other bar is situated in the barbecue shed.
breaks and they're teaching a bit about the speed and playing the ball around.
That's really weird big things. It's one I see on TV enough times. Shield on. Like, oh, okay, this is where it actually is. It's funny, it's one of those ones someone you ever seen on TV and I go, yeah, this place actually does exist. Standing where they do TV Start of those stairs, and the thing was, and we've got 2 legs off
My tripod would always be like that. It has to be like that. So I can go like that. Maybe that's how it is. But I've had an issue. So I know my heart rate was so high that I was watching that for like 3 hours. So that was good. Yeah, but most of the life also like
Good for the camera person. Get the conversation behind the camera. Bad Actually, not that it's easy to film. I'm impressed by
Second half is not far away, ladies and gentlemen, but before we do start, I'd just like to acknowledge and thank all of the volunteers today from Adamstown Rosebud who have helped out. If you can hear me from across the other side of the field, thank you very much for helping out today. A lot of you have been here since 5:30 this morning getting the field ready. So the club and Newcastle football very much appreciate your contribution and your support. Thank you.
Here they come. Do you want to switch on or?
I'll wait till
Okay.
Not far away now from deciding a title, his own Premier League Grand Final of 2019 at Adamstown Oval. And the second half is about to get underway. It's Swansea that hold the advantage after the first 45 minutes. Looked like we might go into the shed scoreless, but for a late goal for Sam Byers, they huffed and they puffed and they eventually blew the house down. And that passage of play, a couple of shots blocked, fended off, but Byers found a way through at their third attempt. So 45 minutes for Kotara South to claw something back. Of course, Swansea has had it over them so far this season, the two times that they've met. But we have seen Kotara get themselves back into it before. As we just see them trying to work an attack at the moment. In fact, Lattimore turns and strikes, and it's not far away. Chase Lattimore. And another one with his back to goal, and then he manages to make something of it. So he remains a threat. So in round 4, Swansea raced out to a 3-0 lead and eventually got the job done 4-1 away against Kotara. And a bit later in the season, round 13, it was a close one. Kotara came from one down to equalise, but then Swansea in the end got all 3 points again. So Kotara are going to have to replicate the first half of that scenario today. Cross comes in, it's partially dealt with. And again, it's almost cleared. Hayden Sanders, though, who doesn't mind a long shot either. Maguire, that's Harding. As I've been told, is he... So I didn't quite catch that. I was about to dive into my notes. He's ended up clutching his head. Josh Maguire may take the free kick, although Hayden Sanders is waiting as well. It is, of course, direct. It was a foul. It is going to be Maguire who does go direct. And not too far away. Ed Carley are worried. It just took me a little while there to work out what happened, but it glanced the roof of the net and into the fence. Helped on its way by Peter Jones, but it goes beyond Lattimore and it's put out by Mark Davis from the Swans. So Jones will have the throw-in again for the men who are in black today. And they've won it back here, but it's going to be... Was it shepherded out by Davis? No, he's given away the corner, is the decision that they've made. Which Peter Jones has trotted over towards. And the corner doesn't get past the first defender. It's Chris Bellett who cleared it out, and a chance for a counter-attack. Thomas Motherway's herring up this right-hand side. It's not going to get to him, though. Maguire lets it run and strikes, but just lofts it over. Got a crowd catch in the crowd anyway. As he tries to go for a cricket metaphor and butchers it completely, but anyway. Clash of the 2-8s, and then Harding gets ahead of it. The male stripper, again, I've been told. I will have to let you in on the joke now before we get completely carved up. It's on my sheet as M-A-I-L, and apparently that's deliberate. Carlia sticks out a mitt. He's a mailman, apparently. Carlia stuck out a mitt. Didn't quite bring it in the first time, but got there in the end. No major threat. Again, a searching ball, but it's returned by the Swans back four. A little bit of a tangle between black shirts. So it's Hayden Sanders that comes up with it for Swansea. Hooked back by McIsaac. And a free kick, centre circle for the Tigers. dinked into the area. Fife, I might have a chance. There were too many in the way. He got past him, but forced the shot wide. There's a sea of blue in front of him. There you go. Again, the defence is good. That's just going to evade Hayden Thorne. Probably need another few more metres space. So it looks like it's as they started the first half with Lattimore, the target man for Kotara South. He's dancing through a few now. Lattimore gets himself into a muddle. But he's still going to try and make something of this, and that's been adjudged as a free kick. Again. And this is a problem for Chase Lattimore. So he's stayed down. I can see the arms moving. He may have copped a knock to the head. Well, he has set up, so that's a good sign. And it did look like Logan Williams is trying to make the point that it was just a firm challenge, and I have to say, admittedly, we're a bit further away than the referee, but I probably saw it the same. But it was a free kick that was given. It looks like Lattimore is just trying to work out where he's gone. Pfeiffer takes it. And again, just over the bar. Again, they've been close a few times now. It's just a matter of a few inches more. Certainly Gledhill was committed to trying to save it. Bit of a daisy cutter of a goal kick, though. Climbing over the man, yeah. So Lattimore is actually walking around the perimeter. Easy for me to say at the moment. Has there been... Yeah, hasn't been a change yet, so I think we're just going to see how he's travelling. So temporarily down to 10 Kotara South. As I Pat Holland who's on the ball now, Dutchie. Just stopped and waited for too long. They play themselves into pressure. They try and play themselves out, but there was half a chance there, although Motherway was coming back and got caught on his haunches. He was wrong-footed. Lattimore has walked back on now, so that's good to see. And he's not quite in the action yet. It's Maguire who's run it that way. And then Byers and Maguire. Did he get a trip? He got something, I think. He's got no clutching an ankle or a shin. I thought he was clipped on the way through. Certainly not like it was a hamstring or anything. He didn't grab for that, so it was most likely from the touch that he got. Justin Carlier, meanwhile, has taken the opportunity to have a chat with one of his assistant coaches by the look of it. Which would stand to reason because Carlier is the head coach. He's multitasking though. So the ball is returned to Kotara South after they played it out. It's pushed forward to Considine, so he sends it up the park. That's off the back of the head of Joe Barnett, but it's worked out okay because Peter Jones has it. Dinks it into the middle. Pfeiffer was under the attention of Harding. Couldn't do anything. It's Leeson who's trying to mop up for Kotara South now, and he does, and he's got it into the trailer, caravan, the Tui's van, whatever you want to call it. Couldn't do it if you tried. Maguire. Not a bad cross in. It's Harding. He was a bit flat-footed. There's a chance there for Swansea. There's still a chance maybe here. Sanders gets around one, although Considine recovered. Pfeiffer, he's drawn the foul. Jimmy Bennis just rolls it down the side to Pat Holland. And that's going to be a free kick as well. The other way, of course. We've got someone in the crowd off to our right, the Ellen John stand, asking Dougie for a wave. Dougie being Mark Davis of the Swans. That's kept in by Pfeiffer. And that's Lattimore. He's lost it now. Chance to counter. Hayden Thorne. Blazes it. Looks like we might have a change coming as well. Mark Van Zyl is standing at halfway. So this is the first substitution of the game. I think we haven't spotted any that were made at the break. So it's Peter Jones who gets the early mark.
Substitution for Kotara, number 8, Peter Jones, has been replaced by number 13, Mark Vandal.
Searching ball almost gets to Harding, but there's a half chance for Thorne. It's gone to Harding again. He's been taken wider. He hooks it across the goals. And that is actually a goal kick in the end. It was Byers that threw a foot at it as Leeson tried to smash it over the sideline. And the defender got an even better result. It's going to continue with Considine taking the goal kicks. It's some decent flight again. Bellett smacks back somewhat towards where it came. Johns. His first touch is for Van Zyl for Kotara South. And that's a booking for Mark Davis. I think they're actually, well, asking why the card wasn't a different colour. So it is just the booking for Mark Davis. And yeah, it was Chase Lattimore who was on the receiving end of it, so he's had a fraught last few minutes. There's a man in number 11 for Kotara South. Considine takes a free kick. There's a header from Joe Barnett. He couldn't get the direction on it. Still a bit of aggravation down on the Kotara South bench as well over that last challenge. As play gets underway again, Byers has come up with it. It was Williams that came from deep to try and get it. There's just a little bit of tension starting to creep into this one. Plenty at stake, and we're getting towards the last 25 minutes, at least a regular time of the season. Joe Barnett, he's got numbers off his left if he can use them. He's put too much on that. It's Holland to Van Zyl. That's almost ironic, isn't it? Van Zyl, is that a Dutch name? Leeson chips it over the fence, over the crowd. And they're giving him some. I'm going to take a wild stab that they are Swansea supporters. And Swansea are about to make their first change as well. Sam Hudson. Huddo, the personal trainer. It's not going to happen just yet, is it? No, it is. So it's Sam Hudson on in place of Hayden Thorne. His work for the day is done. I'm just wondering, in fact, we'll pause on that thought for a sec because Leeson is, that's pretty blatant. It's just outside the area, which is probably in part why he's done it. Free kick evades everyone.
Substitution for Swansea, number 15, Hayden Thorne, has been replaced by number 4, Sam Hudson.
That's the contest between Van Zyl and Sanders. Now Thomas Motherway, he rides a challenge and another one. He's left it behind. Picks it up again. Byers, cross towards the back stick. Decent header. In fact, it's snuck in. It's Cameron Johns who's doubled the advantage for Swansea. Two-0 with 3/4 of the match down now. And Cameron Johns edges the Swans further away.
Goal Swansea, scored by number 8, Cameron Johns. Score now Swansea 2, Kotara South 0.
And another change coming for Kotara South. It looks like it's going to be Riley Cox-Ryan, who might come into this game. It might be next out. No, it is going to be, it's Chase Lattimore who hobbles off. So probably less tactical than pragmatic. Chase Lattimore walking wounded. Just quite literally, isn't it? So Chase Lattimore off, Riley Cox-Ryan on. So Cox-Ryan, a striker, it's like for like.
Substitution for Kotara, number 11,
And it's
Hayden Lattimore.
Cox-Ryan is an electrician.
Riley Cox-Ryan.
So we've got a couple of those as well. It's given away. Thomas Motherway beats the challenger Leeson, and we'll look forward He's got a couple to aim at in the middle, but he's got a couple of black shirts to deal with. Well, that's inventive. It's almost going to come off for him, but he runs out of space in the end. Mistimed from Hayden Sanders. Maguire can walk it over halfway. Jog it over halfway anyway. Finds Byers, tries to get him in behind. Ricochets off the shins. Goal kick for Kotara South. Taking this one quickly, Jimmy Bennis is under a bit of pressure. He played the safe ball, but the intent is obvious now, and it has to be. 20 minutes to save this one. Again to Bennis. He's got a bit more time to think this time. Down the sideline, but they're not quite on the same wavelength with Zach Pfeiffer. Byers runs on to the throw. He's back on the right-hand side. Bellett smacks it back into traffic. Hudson, one of his first touches of the game. Maguire is having to run the wrong way, but they managed to keep possession. Maguire is dropping ever deeper. He's got the ball back at his feet. Byers. I think the first one was a push on Byers, so yeah, it is going to be a blue free kick. Yeah, well, Pfeiffer's asked the question. He was inside 10 yards but retreating slowly, so that's just going to be as you were. And the throw-in for Kotara South. Mark Fromson may be warming up for the Swans. Shepherded out of play by McIsaac. This is Mark Fromson, who's going to come on now. So Frommy, the librarian, has come on in place of Thomas Motherway. With just over a quarter of an hour regular time anyway to go. We'll have some stoppage time certainly, although we're a way away from seeing extra time at the moment. Kotara South have had their chances. Crazy things can happen in football sometimes. They're going to need something maybe a bit crazy at this rate. As the clock continues to tick down and they've lost their main strike weapon now in Chase Lattimore. It's been given up by Van Zyl as a loose ball, so not a lot of urgency, as you'd understand, to take the throw from Hayden Sanders. He's going to get it back, Sanders. Gets away from fairly agricultural challenge, has trickled over the sideline. Maguire. Cameron Johns. He's tried to send Byers on a run, but Leeson was going to get to it first. Here's Maguire again. Van Zyl, he caught him. Looks like it's going to be Maguire to take. He goes the strike, but straight in the breadbasket of Carlia. Now, Maguire again. He's picked out Fromson, but had to use the head to keep it in. It's difficult to control then. Awkward bounce. Bennis readjusted well. I think it might have been intended. He's found Leeson, who tries to start something down the right. Williams is content to just see that one roll over the goal line. And Gledhill is in no mood to be urgent with the goal kick. This is going to be the final change, at least of the 90. You get the bonus one these days, don't you? I think we'd be up to that law set in this part of the world by now, wouldn't we? So it's Andrew Holtz that's gone on in place of Pat Holland. I was right the first time. You have little faith.
Substitution for Kotara, number 16, Tom Holland, has been replaced by number 12, Andrew Holtz.
So, Andrew Holtz actually came over this season from Swansea. And his best mate, we're told, is Hayden Thorne. Interesting. Hayden Thorne wearing number 15 today for Swansea. Corner for the Swans now. Deep corner. It was Harding that was trying to keep it in there. Fromson had a lash. Get another corner. That'll do them for now, because the clock is their friend at the moment. Corner is in close. It's headed away by Jimmy Bennis. Maguire will have another chance if he wants it. Little scissors. Harding nearly got a head on it. It's cleared by Van Zyl. It's Logan Williams. He lets it just roll over the sideline. Third change for Swansea, Brad Cooper. Coops, the rail worker. And off is Sam Byers.
Substitution for Swansea, number 39, Sam Byers, been replaced by number 12, Brad Cooper.
So they've gone through all their changes now. If we only end up playing the 90, Fromson is kind of hemmed in here. He'll take the corner. He'll take it gladly. Maguire with a high one. Kalia catches without a lot of hassle. Bennis. Davis is one that back for Swansea. It's Hudson who had to flick it behind him. They still have it. Maguire, not quite. Barnett has managed to keep possession. But the blue shirts win out in the end. McIsaac was there. Van Zyl. And Pfeiffer. Oh, tugs the shirt both way. I think Pfeiffer has had a swing at it. Kind of a challenge, probably more born of desperation and frustration than anything, but he did hack Ben Harding. Cooper. No. Bennis gets it back for them, but well, Williams didn't quite get in first. It was Barnett that got there. It's Leeson with it now. And Derwin. Maguire's gone to ground there. He's nearly going to swoop on the loose ball. I don't know if it was a trip or not. He's trying to follow the ball. McIsaac to Derwin. Leeson. It's not coming off for them at the moment. It's Barnett. He managed to sneak it past them. Leeson with the cross in. Logan Williams gives it a thump. Chris Bellett rather gives it. All back, all the blue shirts back now. There's no one anywhere near halfway for Swansea. And they've left that one behind. Luke Derwin. Have given the free kick now. I think that was maybe for the trip or near enough to on Derwin rather than anything on Bennis. Is Van Zyl going to take this? He is. Which way does he go here? It's kind of neither here nor there in terms of placement. It's a little chip. It's pretty easy pickings for Gledhill. Referee's indicated advantage, so he spotted what he feels is a push there. Doesn't really matter too much. Swansea would probably prefer the free kicker to take up some more time. They played themselves into a bit of pressure. The Tigers here. They get out of it. But they've given the ball away again. It's slightly awkward, but they'll clean up. They've just not quite had a real clear-cut opportunity, have the Tigers. And Swansea just willing to try and pick them off on the break now. Late challenge from Fromson earns the ire of the man with a whistle. Needs something from this. Is Van Zyl to Considine. Gets it in the mixer. It's too deep though. Gledhill flying out to it. Bundled over by Joe Barnett was Logan Williams. That was a very quick stretch. How cynical of me. That's right, I don't begrudge him at all. Sure many others would do the same. Fromson is back to goal. He'll get a throw in though. Josh Maguire. And again to Fromson. What can he fashion? He's just going to go corner post. It's another blue throw with less than 90 seconds of regular time now left. There'll be plenty of stoppage time, but still won't be enough, I don't think. Interesting. Goal kick. You'd have thought it'd have to be one or the other. Cooper. He tried to find Sanders. It worked out well enough for them. And nearly pickpocketed by Sam Hudson. Leeson bashes it up the field. Davison chips forward. Leeson heads back the other way. Fromson happy to use up a few more seconds. We're into stoppage time now in the Zone Premier League Grand Final of 2019. Swansea finished third at the end of the regular season. Got through here with a couple of 2-1 wins over Dudley And it's going to be 2 goals, it looks like, that are going to be enough for them this time around at Adamstown Oval against Kotara South. Logan Williams has the ball in his hands. As long it didn't quite reach Fromson, but we're just going to get another throw and they'll play Forsey backs up the park. You can see now for Kotara South as well, the wind is just about out of the sails. I'll try one more, but not quite. It's Maguire. He's still going to try and make something of it. It's Cameron Johns and Maguire. Fromson for Maguire again. Nice little 1-2. Can they get a third and put the icing on the cake? They've got a corner. It's almost academic now, but it would be a nice way to put an exclamation mark on the afternoon for the Swans. Well, they're just going to play this one in short. They've given away the goal kick. Comes in for Bennis. Still Jimmy Bennis. And he's run into a defender. McIsaac back to Considine. Inside ball. They've got some numbers. Cries of handball. They go on though. Harding. The male stripper, as I was told he is. Dinks it over the fence. Throw into the area. Headed clear. Can Pfeiffer. He has a go. He just had to adjust his body and couldn't quite adjust it enough. Got 3 balls to choose from for Gledhill now. Referee looks like he's checking his watch. What's it going to be? He's checking his... Yep. But still, we go on. Considine has to chase after it. Harding's going to beat him to it. And again, chips it into the crowd. Anywhere will do for Swansea at the moment. Gledhill goes along with it to no one in particular. Final whistle. Swansea have won the grand final in the 2019 Zone Premier League. 2-0 over Kotara South at Adamstown Oval.
Congratulations to
Swansea the champions.
Grand final winners, first grade zone.
It was Sam Byers who opened the scoring in the 43rd minute.
Kotara South, a fantastic match.
And they finally managed to get it in after a few chances were blocked by Kotara South.
We'll be having a medal presentation in a few minutes.
And it was Cameron Johns who managed to extend the lead in the 69th minute with a nice little header that just stuck between goalkeeper and far post.
Newcastle football and Newcastle referees for making today.
So Swansea come through and get it done on the day, and congratulations to them. Commiserations to the Tigers. They put up a decent fight today. They're just slightly outdone, and then the two big moments where Swansea capitalised, and it was pretty safe for them in the end. We will keep the camera rolling for the presentations, but we'll let the pictures take over for now. So we thank you for joining us on Bar TV Sports this afternoon. Again, it's been a great grand final day at Adamstown Oval in the Zone Football League. We're really glad we could bring it to you, share in the big day with you. So on behalf of the team, myself, Daniel Herrera, we thank you and hope you have a great evening. See you later.
Now just got the presentation.
Just been advised by our canteen manager that we do have a little bit of leftover hot food, so if you'd like to make your way down to the canteen, you might pick up a bargain and save yourself some cooking for Sunday night.
Swansea, can we have you over here for the presentation, please? Swansea, presentation area, thank you. Once again, Swansea, can you head this way, please? Thank you. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please, I'd like to make special mention of the match officials. Thank you to Tony Wall. Brendan Fry did a great job yesterday. Kept us there all night. And the hero of the Zone Football League, Danny Laurie. Thank you, visuals. Okay, before we move on, presentation for the runners up, and congratulations to Swansea and I'd like to move forward with the Golden Boot. From Mayfield United Seniors, Daniel Harvey. If you're in the house, that'll be great. Wayne, if you're there from Mayfield. Wayne will also pick up the Premier's plaque for Mayfield in this grade. Snuck home by some gold difference on the league, but still Premier's in first grade. And we've got a representative from Dudley, Cup champions Dudley. So at the pub, okay, we'll present the tournament. somebody out club championship for the World Cup division. As up, could I ask somebody to come forward, please?
To the Swansea Football Club, congratulations on the fantastic effort today. The back half of the season, you've undoubtedly been the best team in the comp, so it's a must-deserved win, so well done. Big thumbs out to all the Tiger Army that came. To the Tiger Army that came out today, thanks so much for your support. Well to us. People are travelling into the state today, so we really do appreciate it. To the volunteers, to the committee of Kotara Football Club, they keep us on the park, keep it running every week, so to all you fellas, thanks so much. And to the boys, I'm really proud of the effort. I mean, the back half of this year we've had a lot of injuries. First semi-final, 3 blokes injured and then a man sent off. And to turn it around in that game and then last week to be here, it's a phenomenal effort. So, hold your heads up high and we'll be back next year. Alright, Joey B, come on. Jake. Morg. Dutchy. Benny Layton. Durza. Aldi. Jimmy Bennett. Mark. Joey Mack, partnering from Dave. Who's that? Peter Jones, come up in, mate. What? Just over the coach, thanks so much, mate. So much time you put in. And to our first grade captain, Tommy T. Come up here. And Hanky, come up here, mate. Thanks again for everyone coming out. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, as well as up today, Kotara. Before I call forward somebody from Swansea and we get into the final presentation, a big thank you to Adamstown, Rick and all the volunteers here today. Without venues like this, we can't hold grand finals and give the guys a surface and an area they deserve. So please, a round of applause to Adamstown for their hospitality today. Okay, Swansea, please come forward.
Start off with just like to congratulate Kotara on making it through this far, pushed us all the way, it was good. Our coaching staff, all the way through grades, great for everyone. And all the players backing up for all 3 grades. We couldn't have been here without you. And to all the boys today that just performed, unreal. Couldn't do it last time, but we've done it. Sorry. That's all. Thank you. Darren. Jonesy. Ado. Coots. And Crispy. Aiden. Benny. Bob. And Robert. Josh. I'd also like to thank the boys that are suspended and injured. Tough players to miss out, but he's with us all year, so he deserves it just as much as everyone else. Scotty? And down the captain, Bevo. And Paddy. We've got green coach Greg. And Troy. We just want to thank Jack Hillary as well. He's always there for us and done a lot of stuff around the club. That goes unnoticed. Can't be Jack.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Kotara, runners up, and obviously Swansea as a grand final winners for 2019. All together have a safe summer. See you back here next year. Congratulations to both teams.
Yeah.